Okay, so while I was editing this, I realized I made a slight mistake in the video. So my webcam kind of covers a bit of the tier list. I don't want to scrap the video because it was kind of a good video, but I'm new to this still, so I'm still trying to fix that type of stuff. So next video won't happen. It only covers the okay part of the list, and there's only like three names in there. So thank you for dealing with it. I know it's ghetto, but it's okay. So see you guys in the next video. Leave me suggestions on other videos. Yeah. What's going on, GamingWithDallas? We are here with a new video, one that was suggested by the people of my Discord. And if you're not in our Discord, you need to get in there because, you know, I like to run video ideas through there. And this is what you guys came up with today. So in today's video, we are going to be ranking all 30 of the face of the franchise cards. I made this ranking myself in terms of adding the players and stuff like that. So if you want to do it, I'll have the link in my description where you can go and do it. We have the GOAT tier, the good tier, the okay tier, and the trash tier. Good okay, did that on purpose because right now the game's hitting is broken, mostly due to good okays and fielding. So, with that being said, enough with all that. Let's get into the actual rankings. And up first, we have Shohei Ohtani, who I personally believe is the best pitcher in the ranking, but I don't think he's a GOAT tier. I don't think he's a card that you're going to be using, you know, 2 months down the line from now. Hall of Fame is a really good card, but the fact that he can hit, and he has like, I want to say he has like 87 power and 80 something contact against righties. That's pretty insane. I'm going to put him in good tier. He very well could have been GOAT tier, but I don't know. The GOAT tier cards are kind of special. Here next we got Justin Turner from the Dodgers, who I also believe is good tier. I think he's probably one of the better third basemen. He can play second. He can play first. The grind for his car is not terrible, and his hitting stats are insane. He's definitely probably the best hitting third baseman that they have. Up next, we got Carlos Santana, who I'm also going to put into the good tier. A lot of these cards, a lot of these cards are good okay tier. You won't find too many that are trash, but Carlos Santana, the fact that he can play catcher and he's a really good hitter, he has the vision. I talked about him on my budget card as his gold card is really good. So obviously his face of franchise card is going to be even better. So that's a good card if you don't have a catcher, because the catchers are kind of trash. So up next we got my personal favorite, because I'm an Astros fan, slightly biased. Who cares? Carlos Correa, who we're also going to toss into the good tier. They have a lot of good shortstops, and he's probably the third best shortstop of the list. So he's going to be in the good tier. But his card, it's a really good card. I struggle with it a little bit. I'm batting like 250 with it, but some people are gods with it. On to the next card. We got Josh Bell, the switch hitting first baseman, who can hit for power. He can hit for contact on one side. I think on the other side he has like 60 contact, but it's a good card. It can play right field. Don't put him in right field because he'll have 40 something fielding. But who cares about his fielding? He's a switch hitting first baseman who can hit for power on both sides and hit for contact pretty well. So up next we got Joey Votto, who we are going to place in the okay tier. I definitely think he's one of the worser first basemen they offer, but he still has good hitting stats. I don't think too many people are running Joey Votto. Mostly because you guys know about him, but those other cards out there are way better. But he offers good vision, he offers decent defense. He's more of a contact guy now. The power numbers aren't there anymore, but he does have like 74 power against one side. I want to say lefties. So it's a decent card. Next we got Kyle Seager, who I personally think is one of the more underrated cards in the face of the franchise. His stats look way better than an 86 overall card. He has power, he has contact, he has defense. He can play first. I'm going to put him in good tier. Although I think he's rated like the lowest overall third baseman. His numbers honestly look better than a lot of them. So that's a good card. It's a really good card. He has power both sides, contact. It's a nice card. Up next we got Buxton, a personal favorite of mine as well. We're gonna put him into good tier as well. This card plays way above his stats. Like, he can't, according to this card, he cannot hit, right? But he has 97 speed with 79 stealing. 99 fielding, 97 arm, 90 something accuracy. This card is a beast. This card, its bunting is like a 80, right? So if you want to bunt cheese, you can. I bunt cheese when I'm batting 404 with him. He has some sneaky power. I love Buxton. Up next, I personally think is the worst card on this list, Matthew Boyd. This card is hot trash, bro. No disrespect to him in real life. Obviously, he's a great player. But in the game, he's a lefty with like a 50 home runs per 9 and no control. How are you possibly supposed to use that? First of all, they make everything dependent on walks per 9 and control and home runs per 9. And with the dominant righties you're gonna face, this card is everybody's gonna hit home runs off of him 24/7. So I do not suggest going out there with Matthew Boyd unless you can just. I don't even know. Unless you just love lefties, this guy has like a lefty dominant lineup, but still it's going to be impossible to control with him, and people are going to smack some random home runs off of him. Up next, we got a fan favorite, Joey Gallo. He's going to be the first to go into GOAT tier. What is there to be said? I mean, what is there? This card has diamond fielding. This card is a exquisite fielder with, I think, 114 power, like both sides. The only issue is his contact and his vision, but when you're playing an all-star, that doesn't matter. You're going to struggle a little bit in Hall of Fame, but if he touches the ball, it's leaving the stadium. It doesn't matter. I hate pitching. I hate pitching against Joey Gallo. I hate using Joey Gallo. I don't really like guys with small PCIs, but I just know how dominant of a player he is. So, for you guys out there who love Joey Gallo, I know he's a GOAT tier card. It's hell pitching to him. Up next, we got Aaron Nola from the Phillies, who I'm going to put in the good tier. This is actually a really good pitcher. Not too many people use him. He's one of those little like low-key players, just like Kyle Seager, but he offers good vision. He offers decent velocity. He has a decent walk per 9. It's a good card. It's a card definitely I'm gonna be going after really soon because he looks like a good like 5th pitcher to replace. I think I'm running like. I don't even know who I'm running, but I don't use my 5th pitcher, but he's a guy that I could potentially put in. Trey Mancini, we're gonna move him to the okay tier. What the hell? I don't know. Okay, so Trey Mancini, we're gonna put him in the okay tier. He lacks fielding, but his hitting stats are pretty goated. But I mean, just nobody runs Trey Mancini. Like I said, his hitting stats look decent, but nobody really uses him, so I don't have an opinion on whether he's like one of those budget God Squad cards or what. So I'm gonna toss him in okay tier. David Peralta, another one of those sneaky, really good players. His swing glitchy. He has decent defense, so he's not like a complete liability out there. And his power, he's a lefty, so his power, you're gonna face a lot of righties. Him being a lefty is gonna be quite beneficial. David Peralta is a card I would recommend going after because I mean David Peralta's cards are always good. His gold cards have always been good in every MLB The Show. I'm like Ozzy Albies from the Braves. This card is gonna be a good tier card. It's a switch hitter, decent. It has speed. It has contact. It has sneaky power. It has defense. It's everything you would want. I mean, it lacks power a little bit, which is not why it's not gonna go to the GOAT tier. But a lot of people do run him. As their starting second baseman in Diamond Dynasty, so it's a card I would suggest. Yadier Molina, we're gonna toss him into trash tier, honestly. He's a contact hitter. He has 99 vision, great contact numbers, good defense for a catcher, 0 speed, but contact's broken in MLB The Show. I know some people are gonna be good with Yadier Molina, but for him, for the way contact contact has never worked in MLB The Show. It's like you're a power hitter, or you're gonna struggle a little bit. At least that's the way I've seen the game be played so far. And so Yadier is not gonna be that beneficial for most people, I would think. I've seen a couple people run him, and I mean with the catches that they offer this year, they're kind of trash. I mean, Sanchez is pretty good. Like I said, you could put Carlos Santana at catcher. And then there's also, you got Pudge and stuff like that. So I'm going to put Yadier in trash here because nobody's really going after that card. Juan Soto up next. We're going to toss him to GOAT tier. This card is insane. 100 power against lefties or righties, 100 power, 90 some power, 80 some power against righties. This card, the only issue with this card, hitting set in stone. You're going to be able to use this card in Hall of Fame. You're going to be able to use this card in All-Star. The only issue with the card is his fielding is meh. He's a silver fielder in left field. In left field, position you can kind of just put somebody out there. But with the way the fielding is this year, I don't know if you want to trust people who can't field. That only hurts the case more, considering fielding's broken. And I have Juan Soto. I tried putting him out there. I hate fielding errors more than anything, so I couldn't use him. He's a bench bat for me, but I know he could. Off the bench, he's hitting like 5 home runs. Up next, we got Anthony Rizzo. I love Anthony Rizzo. We're gonna put him in a good tier. Anthony Rizzo has defense. He's a lefty with power and contact. It's a really good card. I consider putting this card to go tier, but not many people. It's not one of those cards people were like, running Rizzo like that, like a Gallo, like a Juan Soto. So it's like, we're just gonna leave him. We're gonna leave him in good tier. It's a good card to go after. It's in that range of Josh Bell, and Carlos Santana. Because they offer the same about hitting, but the other two are switch hitters. So I would rank Josh Bell and Carlos Santana above Rizzo. Up next, we got Rafael Devers, who we're also going to put in the good tier. We got a lot of good cards. But Rafael Devers, lefty, good defense. I think his only issue is he can only play first base. Other people can play. Other people are a little more versatile. The other third basemen. But he offers the power. He offers the contact. It's a good card. I would go after. Lorenzo Cain. We're going to put this card into okay tier. Decent speed, right? Decent fielding. He has no arms. His arms like in the 40s or 50s. But he's another one of those contact cards that I just don't trust. Contact hitters just don't work unless they have, unless it's Buxton, Henderson, or those guys that are fast. Trey Turner, those guys that can run like 90 plus speed. Those are the only cards I would trust to be contact hitters. Because outside of that, you don't want a slow contact hitter, especially because it's nearly impossible to hit for contact like that. So I'm gonna put Lorenzo Cain into okay tier because, like I said, if you're good with contact hitters, he's gonna be good. You're gonna be good with him. Blake Snell, who I personally think is the second best pitcher behind Ohtani, we're gonna put into good tier. I've faced Blake Snell plenty of times. I think many people were talking about how he has a glitchy release. I personally haven't noticed it, but a lot of people are it's so hard to pick stuff up off of him. He's a lefty, so you're gonna have to deal with some really good righties. But you might be able to take a little break going against the Gallos, the Matt Olsons of the world. But it's a good pitcher. It's a good pitcher. Up next, who is arguably the best card, in my opinion, the best face of the franchise, Gleyber Torres. It doesn't make sense how overpowered this car is. It has 88 contact, 90 contact, 90 power, 80 something power. It just lefties and righties. It just kills everything. And it is a shortstop. You can move him to second baseman because he's not an amazing defender. And then if you want to run, there's other shortstops that are just as good. Defensively, that if you want to move, you could do that. But this card, I hate pitching to him. I'll have Kluber. Doesn't matter. He'll kill it. I'll have Oswalt. Doesn't matter. He'll kill it. I'll have Chris Sale. He'll definitely kill that card because the card has 50 something home run per 9. If you don't have Gleyber, you have to get Gleyber. Gleyber is just so cheesy. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be running Gleyber until the end of the game. Until maybe they drop some 99 signature series or something like that. Up next, we got Charlie Blackmon, who we're going to put into good tier, but he very well could go into okay tier just because his defense is just terrible. I think it's a 60, which is usable, but it is common, and he's a right fielder. You're going to have to put him in right field. If you want to put him in left, he's going to be a 50-something, 56, I believe, fielding. But the hitting stats are, if he just had better fielding, this would be a go-tier card. Everybody would be using him. But since it's impossible to, put him out there in the outfield, it's almost like a bench bat type of card. Up next, we got Fernando Tatis, who is another GOAT tier card. That's card, like I was saying, if you wanted to move Gleyber over to second base and you had Tatis, because Tatis, the only issue with Tatis is his vision, right? Gleyber has 70 vision, I believe. Tatis has 47. But they have identical hitting stats. Tatis is faster and Tatis has better defense. So it's arguably you can make the case that Tatis is the better shortstop if you know how to use your PCI. But Tatis just kills the ball, bro. And it doesn't help that he has 89 speed, and he's a diamond fielder. It's an excellent card. It's an excellent card. Up next, we got the homie Brian Anderson from the Marlins. We're gonna put him into OK tier. I mean, he's not trash, and then he can play left field, right field, and just about everything in the infield except for shortstop, I believe. So I mean, he offers good hitting stats against lefties. His righty hitting stats, I believe, are kind of meh. So it's an okay card. What would you expect from Marlins? Word to Matty. Conforto, we're gonna toss him into okay as well. I like his card. It's just like I don't see many people running him with him. Yeah, you know, he's one of those cards. He's a lefty. He has good power, a good bench bat. He could easily go into a good tier, but just, you know, I personally don't see many players using him, so I can't really have like a real solid opinion on him, other than the fact that his hitting stats just look nice. Yoan Moncada, this card's a beast, bro. This card's a beast. He's one of the best third basemen. Plays second base. It's a switch hitter, which is just switch hitters are like really valued in this game because I mean, with the way hitting is, you know, if you can get the batting matchup, you're set, bro. And Yoan Moncada, he offers the power, he offers the contact, he offers decent defense. It's a good card. It's a good switch hitting card. Down to our last four. Up next, we got Matt Olson. Shout out to Chris, bro. But Matt Olson, we are going to put into GOAT tier. I believe he is the best first baseman that they have to offer. The power's there. You can put him in the right field. He's still a diamond fielder. He's a diamond fielder at first base. Not that you need to be a diamond fielder at first base, but like you can put him out in the outfield and then run somebody else at first base and not have to worry about him making stupid errors in the outfield because unless the game just is broken that day. He hits for power. He's nearly impossible to stop on all-star difficulty. His vision's okay. It's usable. It's a good card. You know, I would suggest anybody to go get Matt Olson. Up next, we got Whit Merrifield, who we're going to put into good tier. Whit Merrifield, solid card. He plays defense. He plays a lot of positions. So it's a really valuable card. Decent vision. I mean, not good vision, decent speed. You can't go wrong with having Whit on your team. Up next, we got Buster Posey, who we're going to toss into trash here. It's another one of those catchers who doesn't have much power. He has decent defense, not very fast, decent contact, and like, shall I say, mad powers, not like whatever. The fact that they have a 99 Posey that you can get kind of just ruins the value of this card. It's a contact catcher that, I mean, I don't think anybody wants that. I think people want to hit home runs with their catchers, like Gary Sanchez, Mitch Garver, Grandal, those type of guys. And last but not least, we got Vlad, which I think a lot of people were disappointed in the way his card was. His card kind of lacks power. It's just not a great card. It's not very good at defense. Doesn't have great, hitting stats. It's just kind of a mess. So I'm gonna make some adjustments. I'm gonna see if there's any adjustments to be made, and I'll get back with you guys. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so the one adjustment I made was I put Shohei Ohtani into GOAT tier. After realizing that you could shut somebody out in Hall of Fame with his card and then also hit like 2 home runs against him. Yeah, that's production that can't be matched with any other pitcher. I considered moving some other guys, but for the most part, I feel like this is pretty set. I feel like just about all of the people at the best of their position were in GOAT tier, except for second base. Because I don't think Albies is just that much better than Whit. So yeah, that's what we got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if I got this all wrong. Let me know if I'm stupid and Buster Posey and Yadier Molina are God tier cards. I don't know, but this was fun. Let me know if you have any other ideas that I should do. And let me know what you think about my ranking. Let me know your rankings. Do this yourself and send it to me on Discord or whatever you want to do. But you guys have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Yeah.